Thank you for tuning in to Cocktails with Landy, a variety podcast with the sole purpose to encourage personal development while we discuss different points of view. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and by the way, don't forget your cocktail. On this episode on Cocktails with Landy, we're discussing the Diary of an Alpha. Hey you guys, welcome to the first episode of Cocktails with Landy. This is your girl Landy, and I have my wonderful guest, my brother-in-law, the Dean.
Yo.
And you guys can definitely catch him on his podcast at the Dean's Office on...
Everywhere there's podcasts available, Instagram, the Dean's Office, all that, YouTube, all that, Dean's Office, put it in there, and you got me.
Thank you for that. So basically, you guys, on Cocktails with Landy, if you guys know me, you know, I like to get a little sauced up. So with that being said, I want to introduce to you guys my cocktail of, I guess, the podcast, if you want to say. I will be introducing a specialty podcast. A specialty drink on all my podcasts, and this one particularly is called the Watermelon Martini. And honey, I did this by myself. So let's get into it. The first episode we're going to be talking about today is the alpha female. And surprisingly, the Dean, you would not believe, like, I asked the girls, not even the girls, I asked the guys as well, what is it that you guys wanted to discuss? And, everybody had an issue with us alpha female, so let's talk about it.
I understand why.
Why?
Because, all right, I'm going to explain. So if I start to babble too much, just stop me in the middle of my babblation. But an alpha female, right, they tell you they want a man.
Right.
They tell you I want a family. They tell you I'm loved. And the reason why we're single is because us men don't appreciate alpha female, because we scared of females. We don't like a woman having her own and all that. It's not it.
Well, hold on.
I'm gonna get to you.
Okay.
So that's not it. The reason is an alpha female don't understand her role. Yeah, you see role. Yeah, you say role, right? Because we all have roles in a relationship, but we don't like to say we have roles in life. Right. So what I'm saying is, you have an alpha female. You date an alpha female. She's in a relationship. She's trying to prove to you she's an alpha female. So like if I buy you some drinks, or if I pay your bills or something like that, whatever, you can remind me, I don't need you to pay my bills. I got my own money. What you bring to the table? See, that's what y'all say. What you bring to the table? I got my own table.
Well, I gotta interject, brother. My brother, I gotta interject.
I got you.
Let me tell you why. Now, from what you're saying, there's a lot of guys that may be that way. But unfortunately, that is not the majority. Okay? So, let me tell you, okay? It's very rare nowadays for you to come across a guy that is a leader. It's very rare for him to come and so he step in the room and you know he's the leader. So as alpha women, right, we have very, very strong personalities. So with that being said, there's things you're going to be able to impress with these other young ladies in the streets that you can't do that with us.
So let me ask you a question. See, because you say certain men don't lead. There's issue with leading, right? So first of all, I ask you, how you know who a leader is? If I walk in the room, right? Your boy walk in the room, how you know I'm a leader? Like what tell you I'm a leader? Because I can come in that room, I can walk in that room with my chest strong. I'm in there, pointing fingers, telling people how to move, but I gotta go wait outside for an Uber. You know what I'm saying? I don't even got my own car, I got an Uber here. So what I'm saying to you is, how do you know who's a leader? Like what tells you I'm a leader?
Great question, and I got to follow up for it. Now, with that being said, a leader, you don't have to tell the man. Or when a man walks into the room, trust me, the woman knows he's a leader. And going back to your point that you're saying, if he leaves or he has to catch an Uber, as a woman that has her own, that don't mean nothing to me. Pause, because you might be catching an Uber today because your Benz is in the shop. I don't know. So I don't make those assumptions. I can't speak for all women, but I can speak for women like me. Now, with that being said, going again to answer your question, being an alpha woman, right? When you say seeing a leader, it's not about who he's telling what to do. It's his actions and what he does after that first introduction. You're right. In that first interaction, I could sell you a dream. You don't know who I am. but it's what you do from that point on. Example, let's say, Tavares, you done gave me a number, right? I'm talking to you, and out of nowhere you go ghost. Leaders don't do that. Okay, so that's one. Two, second from that, let's say that doesn't mean you go ghost, but let's say, okay, I have a mortgage, I got bills, I have children, right? Just like you have bills and you have kids, but as a leader, what God has put you on earth to be, because the Bible say that in Genesis. I don't know what verse, but I know it say that. But with that being said,
you preaching with liquor. I got you. Amen. We drinking I got you.
And we preaching. But what I would say, God put you on God's green earth to be a leader, right? So if you come across, and I'm a woman that's already doing it by myself, and I've been dating you maybe, 90 days, 120 days, 6 months to a year, and not at one point you've ever asked me, well, damn, I know it's rough out here for me. I ain't never asked her, like, damn, how she pay her bills? How she do this?
But because you independent. I don't need, that's like asking Walmart why they got the sale on the PlayStation. You Walmart, you figure it out. You get what I'm saying?
No.
It's not my duty, right? If me being a leader, first off, hold on, before I get sidetracked, I find it hard to believe if a dude come up to you, get your number, and then y'all go outside, you getting in your Benz, and he's standing there waiting for an Uber because he don't got a car. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge your life, but I find it hard to believe an independent girl gonna sit there and date a dude with no car. Whatever he because the dude tell you, because if I tell you I got a car but it's in the shop, with your first look gonna be like this, the shop. So you get what I'm saying?
But okay, you're right.
So, if I tell you I don't have a job, can I be a leader without a job?
But
can I be a leader? Can I be a leader?
Yes, you can.
Can I be a leader?
Yes, you can.
I only see my kids on the weekend. Can I be a leader?
Yes, you can.
Can I be a leader?
And again, brother, let me give you the follow up. You ask me a question. You ask me a question, and I'm gonna answer it.
I can lead with no car and no job. I can lead with no. I'm letting, like, for those who don't understand that, I can lead if you come up to me and put me in a situation. I can lead and get us to the promised land and have no car, have no job, and play PlayStation all day. I can lead you. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
But are you gonna follow is the question, because just a simple fact, I don't have a job of what society tell you a man's supposed to have, right? This is my issue with independent women. Right? They got a checklist of what society tell them a man's supposed to have, a man's supposed to do. You mentioned, okay, I got your bills, you got my bills, right? I can be a leader, I can be a man, and not knowing we dating, and if we been dating 6 months, 7 months, and I ain't never heard you once mention, oh, I got an eviction letter, I got a late notice on the bill, I got my kid's party this weekend, but I don't know how I'm gonna get this money, and so forth. I ain't never hear you say that. All we talk about, you might bring up, oh, mortgage this month, oh, blah, blah, blah. You ain't never said you had a struggle with the financial. If I hear that as a man, why am I offering to do it? Why am I asking you about it? You good.
So what? Okay, then back to my follow-up question. So if you're saying that, why should you ask that as a man, right? So at what point are you going to consider bringing this woman into relationship, marriage, or however? Because now you don't know how this woman handle her money, her business. You don't know. You don't know. So I feel a lot of men, and 99.9 of y'all do this. 99.9 of y'all see a girl touch. Listen, I'm gonna be transparent, because honey, they got me sauced up early, so I'm gonna be transparent. These nails cost me $95. This hairdo cost me $455. Pause. This lipstick cost me, my tuba lipstick cost $45. So you think to look like this, it costs money. So with that being said, if however the guy decide to be with, that costs money. You know this costs money. At one point, you're going to be like, damn, I like the way she looked. I'm like, you know what? Let me slide you $45. You know what? Dang. I know you was talking. You heard me say the bills. You mentioned this.
But $45 ain't going to get you nothing
but you didn't understand. You heard 45, but I totaled up $1,200.
That's what I'm saying. I can't give you $40 if you bet your nails costing $90. That's I go get some Nikes from Ross.
But again, this goes back to each his own. To each his own. Like I said, everybody knows their bracket. right?
I got you.
Everybody knows their bracket. So if you're a type of woman that if that's your lifestyle and that's the type of money you spend on yourself, you have to understand, unfortunately, he might be a very nice guy, but the guy bagging groceries at Winn-Dixie or Publix is not going to be able.
He could be a leader.
He might be.
He could be.
He might be. But here's the thing. Let me speak. So again, there's. I personally feel that there's a lot of different type of alpha women. Because there are alpha women that might be like, I done did this, I done that. I gave that type of man a chance already. I'm not in the position where I want to deal with that anymore. I'm not there. I did that 10 years ago. So I don't want to do that. And there are some women, maybe they are in that space, like, let me see, I see the leadership in him, I see the potential in him, I see the ambition. Let me look. I've done it. Been there, done that. Me personally, I'm not doing it no more. But I can personally tell you there are other women, although she's an alpha, that will stick with that man.
So that's to a point though. The definition of an independent woman, right? First off, okay, all right. And again, this not to you. Again, anything. First off, anything I say does not apply to all. It just means most. All right. So don't give me a situation where I know this one person. I know. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying majority. Right. You know what I'm saying? All I'm just saying is there's white and Spanish people that live in Carol City, but the majority are black. So I'm talking. You get what I'm saying? What I mean by majority. So what I'm saying is, first thing, independent women feel like they deserve a medal because they independent, right? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I'm independent. I do my own. I had a stroke. I had to do boom. I got you. You deserve. You don't get credit for doing the things you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be able to pay your bills. You're supposed to be able to take care of your kids. All that you're supposed to do. Just like me as a dude, if I told you, you come up to me and I tell you, oh, I get my kids every weekend, I pay my child support, blah, blah, I don't get no medal for that. I'm supposed to do that. If I'm not doing that, then you shoot them shots up in the head. If I meet a girl and she not paying her bills, and she not doing her own thing, if she don't have her own table to bring to the table to where we both walking up with two tables and hitting it up against each other, you don't get credit for being an independent alpha male, female. You don't get credit. I hear you say it all the time, but you don't get credit. Okay. So hold on. So what I'm saying is, that being said, when you so, because your mindset is I'm supposed to get credit because I'm independent, blah blah blah, right? You look at the dude and say, you know what? I'm independent. I'm here. I'm some kind of rare unicorn, right? Which you're not. But what I'm saying is, so now when you think you're a rare unicorn, you're looking for another unicorn. So now while you're looking for a unicorn, you missing that stallion. You get what I'm saying? You missing that Clydesdale because you think because unicorns don't exist. See, that's what it don't exist. So therefore, you think you're something that don't exist. You might be a stallion or something like that. You might be the top grade of what a woman's supposed to be, but you're not a unicorn. Okay, that's rare. Okay. So what I'm saying is, if you're looking at a dude, so that dude that's working at Winn-Dixie, if that dude that's whatever, if he's doing what he's supposed to do within his capability, I feel you a leader. So so your cap is, so you got a 1 through 10 based on your career or whatever, and 10 is the best you can be as a man. And your cap is 8 and you operating at your 8. A girl come and see you and tell you that ain't good enough. The dude is operating at that he's supposed to, that 8. That's what we get caught up in. We have a false sense of ourselves that we project on others. So now you dreaming you a 10, like I'm looking you, like you saying to yourself, I'm a 10. Then when I start to do the math and calculations, guess what? You a 7.
No, so listen, I'm taking all that you said, I'm taking it in. And you're right. You are right. I know. Right? But, comma, right? I would share this going back to what I said again. Different people are in different places in their lives. Period. Again, when I'm not going to disclose my age, honey, because I'm a little young. But when I was back in the day, what you're saying, that type of woman, I was her. And to be quite frank, I personally feel the guys that I dated at that particular time, I did move them from that 8 to their 10 at that particular time. Because they seen the ambition in me. Because they seen the drive in me. So I feel comfortable in saying, yes, at that particular time. But there comes a time where, okay, when I met you, I was at a 10, right? So, okay, I'm going to give you some time to catch up. But how much longer do I have to give you to catch up? Pause. So with that being said, right? So I done gave you, okay, I gave you a year. All right now. I done gave you 2 years. I done gave you resources. I done gave you referrals. Listen, because I'm trying to get you to where I'm at, because again, if you are a real alpha woman, and if you are a leader, period, woman or man, if you see any potential in anybody, your role is to make sure that you can develop whatever that ambition or that qualification is. But now, just like you are on anybody's job, you're not going to keep messing up on these people's job for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years and think they're going to keep giving you a write-up. At one point, they're going to be like, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You got to go. So with that being said, going back to where I'm at today. Again, this is Landy today, not Landy 10 years ago. Landy today. Yes, I've accomplished a lot for myself. Yes, I feel like, but back to what you're saying, I deserve a medal for doing what the hell I did. You want to know why? Because I'm not out here saying, real ass bitch, you a fuck by a nigga and asking you $1,000 for a bag. I'm not out here telling you, you know what, let me twerk it for you, or I'm going to put my whatever on live for $1,000. We're not doing that. So you should be, and the majority are doing that. So I guess the question now I want to ask you is the majority, do you come across the majority being alpha women, or women that say, okay, you know what, I don't give a damn, I'm going to take this $40, I'm going to take this $100, I'm going to put up with him, I'm going to take a piece of man than no man.
So now I'm going, again, before I say what I'm saying, I'm talking about the majority, that's not everybody.
Right.
So for the most part, I think for the most part, and not to get all political or so forth. Right. So for the most part, you interact with the people you interact with. So most oftentimes we interact with African American, black people, so forth. That's the community we live in, whatever. So as a whole, black people as a whole are struggling. So you have a lot of black people that's not financially stable for you to say, you know what, yeah, you independent, blah blah blah. You need to be taken care of, so forth. So I do run in just my experience only. Most females that I run into, they tend not to be alpha independent because they still working at Publix and Burger King. Again, I don't have. If anybody do work there, no offense to y'all, I'm just saying there's a stigma against it and whatever. So you do have that, but when you find those one that go to college, girls that go to college is the worst. They the worst.
Where did we get that from?
Because the first thing they again like independent women. They say to them like, oh, I got a degree, so I'm special, right? There's a lot of people with degrees. Anyway, so what I'm saying is they have a certain mentality that they feel they deserve, right? So they projecting themselves on others. And to your point, the guy was an 8 and you pushed him at a 10. If you run a car at 190 miles too long, it's gonna overheat because it's meant to be driven at 100, not 190 because you want it. So that's why a lot of relationships fail, because we run in these cars to 190 and it's supposed to be 100 and it overheats because that's not what they're supposed to. You got to pick a better car. You got to pick a car that's meant for speed, or you find a car that's meant for cruising. That's how it is. So now I'm with you with knowing I'm not telling an independent woman not to have her standards or stuff that she wants. But what I'm saying to you is you got to be realistic about who you are, right? Because you can't be independent and tell me lead as a man and then call me a bitch.
You're right. You
can't be independent as a female and tell me to lead as a man, and you telling me, oh, a real man would do this. You can't take shots at my manhood, right? So if I tell you, so here we go. Submissive, a girl that's submissive compared to a woman that says she's independent, right? So submissive to me mean, right? You take it how you want to, because it seems like it's a bad word when you say submissive. So submissive to me mean if we're in a relationship and we making a decision on what drink to get. Right. We stuck. We down the middle. You want this fruity watermelon. What's your drink? The signature drink is watermelon.
Watermelon martini.
And I'm like, nah, I'm drinking. So we drinking this.
Oh, by the way, pause. You look a little low.
Oh, yeah, we got.
Listen, we got bottle girls over here.
Yeah, read your boy up. Read your boy up.
Take care of a friend. Take care of a friend.
So you know what I'm saying. So now I'm looking at it like, okay. So I'm looking from the mindset like, okay, boom. You can't tell me take shots at my manhood. You can't take all this, and then now when I'm telling you be submissive, submissive just means okay, we gonna get the drinks the same, and because we stalemate. I'm the leader. I'm the man. You submissive. I'm gonna make the decision for both. Not telling you. Submissive don't mean like you follow me around, asking me can you breathe, asking me what you want. Submissive just means we gonna both play our position. But when it comes down to making that decision for both of us, and if it comes down, we at stalemate, I'm the one that's gonna make this because you submissive and I'm the leader. Right. Women have a problem with that. If you tell an alpha male or independent female, hey, nah, we ain't doing that. That's not what I want. She's so busy trying to express that I'm independent, I don't need you, I can make my own decision. It causes conflict because I'm a man, because think about it. If I'm an alpha male and I'm a leader, right? And I'm trying to lead you and you fighting every time I lead you, I'm not gonna be loyal to you. Okay. I'm not gonna treat you the way you wanted to be treated, because why? You're not treating me the way I want to. So if I'm telling you we're gonna make this decision, this is what we're gonna do. If I'm telling you, let me lead you, and you say, okay, I'm gonna lead you, follow you up. Because a dude who's gonna lead you gonna understand what you want. So if a dude know that you don't smoke or drink or going to clubs, right? Ain't never gonna say, well, we going to the club tonight. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. You know, so if a dude know you don't do that, if I'm a leader, I'm never gonna take you to the club. Why? Because you don't do it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
You're right. You're absolutely right. And all those points that you made listen, I'm not going to debate none of that. Because one thing, if anyone knows me, I will accept my flaws with my achievements. So with that being said, I was that girl. I was that girl, no, it's my way or the highway. Because X, Y, Z. But again, going back to what I said earlier, when you come to a different point in your life, you actually realize, man, being that way, listen, I've been single for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So then you have to analyze to yourself and be like, damn, but why am I still single? If I am that stallion, if I am that 10, if I am, at the time I thought that quote unquote unicorn, shoot, this should be easy for me. So you are right. So it took time for me where I had to come and analyze and be like, damn. You know what? I do know this, I have to have the last word. I do know this, this is not a competition, right? But what I would share with you, again, I've been submissive one time. Okay?
One time. My word, one time.
So it can happen, ladies. It definitely can happen. But what I would say is this, though. For me, once a guy, all that you're saying is amazing. It's amazing. But you fall into that, to me, that 1%. The 99% of men, they have to cheat on you 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,000 times, and you have to keep forgiving them. If they're not cheating on you, they're lying. If they're not lying, they take they're lying about their finances. If they're not, it's just they're not upfront with it. So and then when they come across a woman like myself and other women that has everything that they're looking for, okay, I'm looking for a woman that's maybe a mother. So if I have children, she can be a mother to my children. I'm looking for a woman with a career. So she has that. So she's financially independent of me. So in the event something happens, she got that. If it's I know I look good, so you got to tell me. But okay. So if you're looking for a woman that's confident in herself, again, not arrogant, but confident in who she is and what she stands for, you get all of that. But me personally, you might be that alpha quote-unquote male or that leader, and when you come across that woman that's she here, now you're like, damn, I don't know how to move with her, because now I have to rise to the expectation. And a lot of men don't want to do that. They why? A lot in Tavares, don't lie.
I'm listening.
Don't lie.
I do know a lot of girls.
Let's be transparent. Be transparent. Right? What dating was 10 years ago or five years ago is not what it is today.
No.
Right? If the women now make it so easy. They make it so easy. Listen, dude not even calling you back in the, now they're calling you. If they do, hey, can I have your number? They don't even ask for your number no more. What are they asking you for? Your social media handles. Let me look at your Instagram. Let me look at this. And I get it, you maybe want to see who I am before you get to talk to me or whatever. But that might be a perception. that I put. That's not who I am. I might want to be a quote unquote Instagram model, or I might put on there that I'm a doctor and don't know nothing about medicine.
I got you.
You know, so with that being said, men, again, the women, and there are a lot of you girls out there that are making it extremely easy for these men. Because I'm not going to share no names. I went out with a friend the other day, and she was just wide open with it. And I'm like, well, damn, you only met buddy.
Hold on, what day was Tuesday?
A Wednesday.
Wednesday. So whoever went out with Blair was, she talking about you. Wide open. Hope you ain't tell nobody that you went out with. She talking about you. Wide open. Carry on.
But for me, I was like, well, damn, look how I'm over here trying to be the good girl and let me get to know you and let me figure out this. Because, again, I'm not the young lady I was 10 years ago. I'm dating with a purpose. I don't have time to let's find out where this is going to go. Okay? Because let's be real. Let's be transparent. I'm the age where I'm at. Let's say I'm dating you. I've been dating you for 6 months. It don't go nowhere. Now I'm my age, whatever my age now, plus 6 months. I date another man. Let me see where it can go in another 6 months. Now I'm a year older than when I was. Remember, when you get to women have a clock that's on us. Unfortunately, men don't have.
Oh.
Let's be transparent.
I
Let's keep it 1,000.
At 50, 60.
But let's keep it 1,000. Is it not true? We have a clock on us. And once you're in your maybe 20s, early 30s, but after you start hitting that late 30s, baby, unfortunately, we have a clock. So a lot of men don't understand, like, why she putting pressure on me? Why she doing this? Because society, unfortunately, has put a clock on us. We can't date men at 50 and be like, we can't be in the club, real ass bitch, give a fuck by the nigga at 50. We can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Where you can go in there and be like, listen, you come in there, you popping bottles, you bring in the nicest car, you're going to get the 21-year-old walking in there. That's fortunate for you, but we don't have that. So, as a woman like myself, if I'm telling you what it is from the beginning, respect that. Because I could lie to you and be like, oh, this is what I really know, and then, you fall for me or I fall for you, and it is not what it is. I would personally think you would respect the fact that a woman is telling you from up front, like, this is what it is. I want A, B, C, and D. And if you don't want that, you fall back. But you guys don't do that. That's not what you guys do. You play us along. You play us along. Just keep us on the phone. You call us. Hey,
I'm going to tell you why. Because
tell me why.
I'm going to tell you why, right? Again, you know what I'm saying? Your boy jumped. I'm out the game, right? But you know what I'm saying? When I was in the game, I was the 99%. I was in the 1%.
See, boom. So, I'm happy you acknowledge
so
that.
I'm gonna put it that way. I was the 99% in this aspect of like if I see a girl, she fine, she look good, right? I know I ain't trying to get into all that. I can't see girls tell you that, right? It's a consequence. If I tell you, man, I'm just here to, do the wild monkey dance. We can eat, chill, and vibe like that. But I ain't gonna. If I see something else, I'm gonna keep it moving. A girl tell you that. You tell a girl that, she gonna be like, oh, thank you for being honest and I'm clear. Right? So we know you gonna clear because the girl be like, be honest with me. When they mean be honest with me, be honest so I can leave. Not be honest where we can do that and then we work. They said, be honest so I can leave, don't waste my time. But as me as a dude, as you say this slim pig, if I see a fine girl, I walk into a club, I see 5 girls and 1 fine. I can't waste being honest on that one girl. I can't.
Why?
Because that means if I be honest, because when I be honest to you and tell you what my intentions is, now I gotta go pick these ugly girls.
That's the consequence.
But I'm gonna tell you though, you gotta think about it. When in life have you sacrificed your happiness for others? Why should I have to sacrifice my happiness? You get what I'm saying? Why should I sacrifice my happiness of being with a fine girl and go pick these ugly girls because I want to make the fine girl happy?
No, because you're selfish.
No. Yes.
Because you're selfish.
Yes. If you telling me now, if it's different, if I claim you, it's 5 girls and it's 5 off, 5 are fine. Yeah. I can be like, well, this is what I want. Let me check the other. No, I can't waste that. I walk in here, because when you walk in places, fine girls is at a premium, so you ain't getting a lot. You not even. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of dudes will tell you, we done had the girls that we had to take to the movies all the way in Hollywood and all the way in Coral Springs. Like every dude done had one of those. So what I'm saying is, if I got the opportunity to get the fine girl, the girl I feel like, boom, I want to be happy for that moment, I'm gonna lie because the simple fact is I gotta deal with these ugly girls. Who wanna be with an ugly girl?
But too
like
bad.
I'm not the dude that say I love your personality, I love you. No, if you ugly, I promise you it's gonna be a struggle for me to deal with you. Don't get me wrong, because every girl I dealt with don't look good. But what I'm saying is, the ones that was ugly and we interacting, you talking to me and I'm just looking at her like, boy, she ugly. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm not happy because you know why? I was honest to the fine girl. So I'm saying to myself, Dean, boy, you dumb, dog. You
but
honest.
no,
why you sitting on the couch with this ugly girl? And she want to kiss you in the mouth. You get what I'm saying? Nah, bro. That's what girls don't. This is what I'm saying. You looking out for your best interest. I'm looking out for mine.
No, but unfortunately,
that's how it is.
But listen.
If you find, you got to deal with the consequences.
Dog,
I'm just saying.
Let me tell you. Unfortunately, that's life, baby. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have. So how is that now?
If you lie, you can.
No, you cannot.
That's what I'm saying.
You cannot. No.
You lie and string her along. You string her along.
That's not good.
You string her along.
But now you
good 6 months.
damaged her. You damaged her, and now she turns out to be. The girl like me. Because I'm thinking you really want something like me. I'm sorry. I think you really want something from me. I think you really want to grow with me. I think you want to really do this because I'm checking you. You checking me. Like you said, you taking me to Chorus Spree. You taking me out where, like the nice places. So now when the real guy comes along, and I'm like, damn, this is the guy that he really wants to do the thing that you told me you wanted to do. I'm giving him a hard time. So yes, you can be selfish, but you can't be mad if I'm coming to you like, it is what it is. This is my resume A, B, C, and D. You can't be mad at that. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
And I understand that. See this one, and that's another advice. This is my advice. Again, I'm not a relationship guy. I'm not the smartest one when it comes to relationship. I'm not saying I'm the best or whatever. And what I'm saying again, I'm just telling you, when you in a relationship, all right, and you dealing with somebody, which is hard. Again, it's hard. Me saying this because I can tell you. But what I'm saying is, when you dealing with somebody, you have to be prepared to take each one of those relationships as its own, right? So meaning you can't say, back in the days, well, my last boyfriend, he did this. My last boy did this. You get what I'm saying? All I'm just saying is, right? You gotta be prepared for that guy to be selfish initially, because you see through it. You got to be prepared to take that relationship by itself. So meaning, if I'm in a relationship, if I'm going to start talking to that dude, I can't have that little voice in my ear saying, remember that last dude told you, he said he'll take you around the world. Remember that, like, you have to go in, because if you go in a relationship thinking that this dude gonna fail me, this dude gonna fail me, he's gonna fail you. You get what I'm saying? Right. Second thing, you got to understand what your real number is. Like, most people think they're 10. What your real number is. I seriously sit down, and when you go through past relationship and arguments you had, and think about what they argument about, so you can find your real number. That's how you find your real number. Because if you were 8 and trying to push this dude to be a 10, it ain't gonna work. You see what I'm saying? And same thing, vice versa. You found an 8 and trying to push him to a 10 if he's at his limit. So what I'm saying to you is, having that communication, being able to understand, like, okay, what my real number is, and being able to understand this is the relationship I with itself. So now I'm gonna treat it as this is my first relationship. So now, I know, and you smart enough to be in a relationship in the past to see signs. If that dude telling you, you know what I'm saying, I can't come, you know what I'm saying, or where you work at, he ain't telling you that. Even when you talking to him, and he's not able to articulate financial plan, or he's able to articulate, things that are red flags, then you walk away from it, regardless of what you're saying. So my personal opinion, what I'm saying is, there's nothing wrong with being an independent female, but you as an independent female, alpha male, have to also understand, if you're looking for a man to be a leader, you gotta be prepared to listen, right? You gotta be prepared to follow. So you can't take shots at his ego, and then say, I'm gonna listen to you, but you just told me I'm a fuckboy.
Right.
Nah, don't. It can't leave.
Right.
So what I'm saying to you is, my advice again. I'm not a relationship guy. I'm not. I was never the best. I've been in the 99%. Now I'm over in the 1%. But what I'm just saying is, if you're looking for a dude, you got to do those things to make sure that relationship be viable. You got to understand, man. That dude ain't trying. It's 5 girls, and you don't find us in them. We ain't trying.
Here you go.
We ain't trying.
Listen, no,
We don't lie.
No.
We don't
Again,
lie.
I want to thank you for sharing it and being transparent with it. Because, again, back to what you were saying, you're absolutely right. One thing I feel as independent women, alpha women, whatever you want to call yourself, you have to be real with yourself and tell yourself, like, listen, if I'm that good of a girl, why am I still single? Why am I not in a situation? Why am I not making things happen for myself? And that's, to be quite honest, that's what I did with myself. But to also, so I'm not going to lower my standards. I'm not, because I worked very hard by myself. So, and to me, it also goes to a level of respect that you have for me. That's just me, point blank, in the period. Because if you respected me and if you like me, just like anything, if your boss call you and you told your boss you're going to call him back, you're going to call him back. Why? Because you're afraid if you don't call him back, you're going to get written up or you're going to lose your job at one point. So apparently, if you don't call me back or you don't follow up on interest or whatever that means, you were not interested in me. Because everybody knows me. I'm the cutoff queen. I'll talk to you for a little while, but I'll cut you off quick because, again, I'm in a point in my life because I'm dating with a purpose. But, again, there might be other women that are not in my situation. I mean, they're younger than me, and they're in a position where they can probably wait and find that guy that says, okay, with the ambition that works at, I don't know, the Target, the AutoZone, whatever, doing whatever you do, but he sees the ambition and wants to work with him. Ladies, that is absolutely okay. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for certain women, it comes to the point we did that already. I did that already. So if I, like you just mentioned, if the guy's already showing you signs or whatever, or the flags, you gotta be like, okay, it's time for me to wheel it back. Now, just to kind of conclude, I just kind of share that a lot of women need to be honest, right? Women, let's listen. Although I'm big bad wolf and all this, although I'm big bad wolf and all that, I do believe I was placed here to be submissive, right? I honestly believe that men are the head, but guess what, ladies? Women are the neck. So guess what controls the head? So you just have to know how to utilize that tool and be good at it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I want to thank the Dean for having a very interesting conversation with me today. And again, please join me every other Monday. I will make sure to drop the dates for Cocktails with Landy. We will have a special cocktail again, the watermelon martini today. So please tell a friend, tell another friend, tell another friend to share this. If you guys have any questions or any comments or any topics you would like to discuss, please, it's going to be down here in the bio, the Landy_brand. We'll definitely, be able to discuss this in the future. So again, thank you guys so much. I'm so excited. Thank you, the Dean.
Thank you again for listening to Cocktails with Landy. Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Landy_brand, and on Facebook, Cocktails with Landy. Cheers.